Yes, you're
How you
welcome to the
doing?
show.
Thank you for having me.
Mo Believe. You know, I was telling you that I use your name to sing.
Yep.
What's your real name?
Mobolaji
Bolaji
Oluwabi.
Uluwabi. Okay.
All right. So, what's the genre of music?
I do urban folklore.
Okay.
So it's a blend of what you have. It's a blend of folklore and what is urban now. So I like to think that I'm telling the stories of now that will be told like 150 years or 500 years after now, basically.
Wow. Okay, just come up with something so we can have a brighter idea of what you're talking about.
Like one of my songs, Poverty. I'm going to sing it. As poverty, food you don't want. Preacher man, they sell you.
Okay.
Brother Ima, they sleep on soap. Sister Blessing, they sell her body.
Sister
As poverty,
Blessing.
food
Why
you don't
is it
want.
Sister Blessing?
Why not?
Landlord, the wretched, pass the tenant.
Okay.
Police, he born in thief as children. Children, they learn from blessing, and it
So
goes on
you're
and
taking
goes on. Yeah.
situations, you know,
Basically, and turning
telling
them
a
into songs.
story and
Yes.
turning it into a song. Okay, so what did you study? This is a question that we always, you know, gives us the shock.
And
But we already have the shock
I won't be
absorber.
surprised if you didn't do anything in line of music.
No, I didn't do anything in line of music. I studied electrical electronics.
Okay, now
engineering.
that's
Wow.
the bomb.
You're part of people who are looking for.
When?
Really? You go to school and you study for 5 years engineering, and then you come out, you dust your certificates, leave it somewhere, and you decide to go into music.
Well, the thing is, you know, you're in JSS3 and you're like, you know maths, you know intro tech, you know, go to science class, you're in science class, SS3, they're like, you know further maths, you don't like biology that much. You know physics, go and do engineering, and you're in school, you're third year and you're like, how am I here again? How did I get here again?
You have to remind yourself.
Then obviously by third year, me personally, by third year I found my path and I decided, you know what, let's get this degree for Popsy and Momsy and give them
Wow.
and face what we
Your
want to
third
face.
year. Okay, I don't want to sound, but why didn't you just re-enroll
Well,
and then go to probably
first
study
reason-
mass communication or something?
First reason being that, you know, I wasn't paying my school fees myself then.
Yeah, that part.
Second
okay.
reason is, you know, Yoruba parents, I could not, you know, have a conversation and be like, so these 3 years,
I just wasted my
I just
money.
want to waste your money. Let's go and do it all over again. I'm sure they will flip out. I'm like,
You would work and bring out that money.
I'm telling you.
yeah.
I am telling you.
I'm sure
Okay.
they'd even take you to church to examine some.
Yeah, that
You're
part
not
is
being
there.
possessed.
Interesting. Okay, let's talk about your experience in music. How long have you been doing this for? And at what point did you decide that, okay, this is what I want to go into? This is what I want to venture in?
I probably have been singing a long time. I probably have been singing, but not until maybe third year. That's when I decided, you know what, I was going to, you know, try my hands at it. Up until, you know, when I finished uni, which was 2015. That's when I decided, you know what, this thing can work. If it works, it works. Let's try and do it. I released my EP last year, August 22, and I felt like, yes, this is my life now.
Wow.
I came across that EP. What is it about? It's more of telling of stories.
Ariwo Eko, the EP. Ariwo Eko is the EP that tells you the sounds that you forget to remember in Lagos. So, you know, when in Lagos, the traffic is much, everything is hustling and bustle. We don't remember a few things. For example, you know, you go out of your house, you drive out of your house, you see the last man, the keke guy fighting. You see it, but you don't notice it. You just see them fighting and you drive past. You go out of your house at that same 5 a.m. There's one guy, you know, ringing a bell, you know, trying to preach. You see it, but you don't see
just
it.
pass by.
You don't.
More like become the norm.
Yeah.
So
By the time you
pay
pass like
attention to
2, 3, 4 times, you don't. It doesn't register to you that, you know, there's that guy there. So it basically is, you know, stories of, you know, those small things that we always forget to remember.
What inspired it?
I think personally, I like to make songs that are real to me first, and I like to make music that, you know, basically off life. I tap off life and, you know, life experiences. So Ariwo Eko was just inspired by whatever Ariwo Eko was. You know, I'm just going out and I'm like, this guy at my bus stop that is always, you know, shouting Baba Twale. He must have a story too. He must, you know. I imagine that he was born somewhere, he
Yes,
grew up
he had
somewhere.
dreams.
You understand? And all of that.
Okay. All right. So what is your fan base like? what are the reactions and comments you get from your fans, feedbacks?
When I dropped the EP, I honestly didn't expect what I got. I just thought, I'd share with a few of my friends and they'd be like, yeah. Bolaji, you're doing fine, up until I went to a place to perform and they're like, guy, I know this is your song. I'm like, oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So it's been quite good. It's been quite impressive.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to Do you want to? I always like asking this because I know music is powerful.
Yes.
And then every artist try to create a niche for themselves. We have the Adekunle Golds,
yes.
we have the Simis, we have the D'banj, we have the Tubaba.
Yeah.
So what is your? I know it's folklore.
Yes.
Trying to tell stories and all. But what is your idea of what a music should be? What music should be like?
I feel, first of all, that music should say something. And, no matter how simple the story is, no matter how simple the message is, it doesn't really need to be, let's change the world, it just needs to say something. Something as simple as, I like you as a girl, I'm trying to woo you, or I think that you're a beautiful woman, which you are.
Thank you.
But I feel like music essentially needs to be saying something. But on a deeper level, I feel like as artists, we should, remember that we are voices, and one song can be played 500 times, but we can't have this conversation again 500 times. So I feel like in saying something, you should drop a piece of yourself and, a bit of message.
Wow.
Okay. Yes, I was waiting for that message because there has to be a message you're trying to pass across the larger audience.
Definitely.
And bear in mind that you have a diverse audience. Okay, so talking about your type of song, yes, let's listen to your song titled Poverty.
Yes.
All right, let's listen. We'll be right back.
As poverty food you don't want, preacher man they sell you hope. Brother in mad they live on scope. Sister blessing they sell her body. As poverty food you don't want, landlord the wretched pass the tenant. Police he born thief with children. Children they learning from a blessing. As poverty food you don't want, police he wife they look for miracle. She they look for miracle. For preacher man in bed. As poverty food you don't want, never money never complete. And don't no they get light. Every night is the right night for sin, for sister blessing, and policeman, sexual salvation, for preacher and police wife, for person pot. And the wretched landlord mouth, and in juju man. As poverty food you don't want, our rich neighbor poor pass all of us. In money and from all of us, all our prayer and for one of us. To be like them TV liars, them paper thieves. To be like them. As poverty food you don't want, people mind the clothes he pass the toilet. And I they see pass nose. Nose no they feed smell the seeds. As poverty food you don't want, poor people na in your money pass. Now we the yanshi and tea pass. Now we the come out to church last. As poverty food you don't want, lazy don't only go tender. Our lives are traded by butter. Pot of gold is for just 20.
It is amazing to see that people use their talent to speak what happens in the society and what happens around their environment. And that is the case of Mo Believe. But before we go into the interview, you can join us on Facebook Live at High Impact TV. Just go on our Facebook page and then you can watch this episode of Tea or Coffee. And don't forget, we're on free-to-air platforms on Utelsat. You can come down to the studio at kilometer 12 Lagos Ibadan Expressway to get your decoder. All you need to do is just buy the decoder, and subscription is free. Then you can have access to all of our interesting content on High Impact Television. We still have Mo Believe in the studio talking about his career in music and music industry at large. Okay, so I would like to know, how do you relate with your managers, producers when it has to do with coming up with a concept for your music video? Because I can see that the video we just watched now, a lot of creative skills was put into that. So how do you balance that, speaking with your manager, coming up with a concept for your video? And
so I'm blessed with, you know, a bunch of creative people around me. Some are just my friends, and, you know, some people that are just dedicated to getting my message out. So it usually works in the way that, you know, I have a song and they're like, okay, this song, we're going to shoot a video for this. This is what we want to picture in the video. So we have like, what's the word now? Like a standing concept for each of the videos, you know, and, you know, the way the brand needs to be presented, and basically just having conversations with them and respecting their opinion and them respecting mine to get, you know, a lot of the work done.
Okay, I know it's quite hard for, I don't want to say it's hard, because we have people that just, you know, release a song once and then they are everywhere, the song is accepted.
Yes.
But nonetheless, it is quite difficult for people to break into the market when it comes to music. So how has it been? You know, you started things like, you said 2015, thereabouts, till now. How's the acceptance like been?
Breaking into the market is difficult, but I feel like if you have a message, and if you have like a niche audience, like you mentioned earlier, you would always find your crowd. You know, there's always people that are constantly on their phones, on the internet, looking for good music. And somehow, some way, they come across my music, or, you know, through ads and all of that. And, you know, word of mouth. For me, word of mouth has been one of the greatest too. Like, one person hearing my music and you're like, have you heard this guy? Or been to shows and they're like, I need to hear your stuff. And they go and hear it and they reach out to me back. So I feel like once you have great content, it would take a while, but once you have great content, it would seep in.
When you have, you know, there's something artists have. They have these, writers also have it. They call it writer's block. For me, I want to make my singer's block.
Really?
When you have it, when you have it, what do you do?
Just go out of the studio and just do something else. It will definitely come. Sometimes you just need to like stop working on that project. There are songs that I've started writing since, you know, a year ago, and we're stuck on verse 1 and chorus. And you just need to stop it there till when it comes again. Just basically stopping it and coming back.
Okay. So looking at what you mentioned something earlier on about you getting inspiration from the environment. So how do you do that? Is it that you just wake up one morning, you leave the house, and you sit in between roads, or
no? I feel like yes. I feel like
how do you gather what is happening in the society, the man ringing the bell, the yellow bus, and all of Lagos experience together?
For me, it is very subconscious in a way that just us having a conversation, there's something that strikes me the most about you, and I feel it's almost the same way about me. So if, for example, you're going to describe me somewhere, there's just that one thing that, you know, would ring a bell. So in experiences and with things like that, so me saying you and I want to write a song about you, or I want to write a song about this interview, there's something that strikes me the most. And that thing would majorly be like my working idea for the songs, and, you know, find a way to rhyme it and make it work, basically.
All right, so what exactly would you stand for when it comes to the music industry? Because we know that everyone is trying to create a brand for themselves. So when we hear Mo Believe, what should come to mind? I
like to think of myself as the cool in culture.
The cool
in culture. That's the CUL in culture.
Okay.
So I like to see that, I would like to see that, you know, I represent, you know, a culture of young people. I would like to see that I represent the culture of young people who are conscious, who are understanding, who can see and are not necessarily blinded by, you know, all of this facade and all of that, basically.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we need to go on the break now.
Yes.
And when we come back from break, we will be talking about your influence, who influences you, your inspiration, people you would look up to in the music industry.
People we get to call in also.
Exactly. Yes. The phone line would also be open for you to join in the conversation right after this break. So stay tuned, because Tea or Coffee continues. We'll be right back.
You can join us tomorrow for another exciting episode of Tea or Coffee.